Hi, this is Yoga with Domini, or Fibro Yogi as I'm also called, and I'm Domini. This is Binks. This is a very, very short flow just for people who have got bad wrists. So if your wrists give you a lot of jip and fibromyalgia or MS or anything like that, or you've just hurt your wrists, then you still want to do a quick little yoga flow, but without putting any pressure on them. This one's for you. I am going to do more classes like this, longer ones and stuff, where you're not putting as much pressure on your wrists. So watch this space for that. So first, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do seated. I do have blocks, by the way. You're going to need blocks. Okay, you potentially don't need blocks, but they might be helpful. So if you find that being down on, because we're doing a lot of stuff on our forearms rather than our wrists, if you find that being down on your forearms just on the floor is a bit too low, you might want to invest in getting some blocks if you haven't, to just bring the floor up to you a little bit more, because that sometimes makes things a bit more easier on the rest of your body. But that will become apparent anyway. So we will start seated, which is a nice place to begin. Nothing to do with the wrists. We're just going to start with a nice seated cat-cow. So breathe in as you push your belly out, pinch your shoulder blades together, so bring your shoulders back, gaze up. And then breathe out as you curve your spine behind you, chin to chest. Just nice and gently with your own breath, in and out. In as you push your chest out. Out as you bring your spine back towards the wall behind you. And you can close your eyes while you're doing this. One more of those. And then we're just going to take it a bit more circular. So just circles round with your ribs. Breathing in again as you push your chest out. Breathe out as you bring it back. And switch the other way. And back to a neutral spine. We'll just do some side bends. You can put your hand on the floor if you want, but just don't put any pressure into it. Or you can just leave your hand relaxed on your knee. Breathe in, arm up. Left arm up. And then just get a nice side bend. You can have your hand wherever you want it, really. If you do, you can just rest it there if that helps. Just don't put any pressure on it. Breathe into center. Breathe out to the other side. Breathe into center. Breathe out as you stretch. Breathe in. And then out as you stretch. We're just going to do some twists. So breathe into center. As you breathe out, just twist round. So gently just bring your fingers behind you. Right fingers behind you, left hand to your right knee. Just look over your shoulder. You can always bring this hand behind for a little bit of a bind, so my fingers are more towards my left hip. If you want to. Breathe into center. Breathe out to the other side. And breathe into center. We're just going to do a tabletop cat-cow, but you can do it on your forearms, which makes it a slightly different variation. If this doesn't feel great for you, you don't like it, or it's too low, if you've got those blocks, you can always bring those blocks in and put your forearms on them instead. And then we cat-cow from here. And then you can have the blocks on whatever setting you want. If this is still a bit too low, you could always bring them up a bit. But you're just taking that weight off your wrists. And back to a neutral spine. We're just going to go into a side plank. So this is where I'm going to bring my block down onto its lowest setting. Get rid of that one for a sec. Come onto my right knee and my right elbow, left arm up to the ceiling. This is where it could get a bit tricky if you don't have blocks. You can still do it, still absolutely fine, but for me it just feels comfier if I just bring the floor up to me a little bit there. If I get the block in the right position, that's it. If you want to, you can always lift that top leg. Don't collapse down into this shoulder. Make sure you've got nice integrity. So the shoulder's away from your ears, your head is away from your shoulder. Into a centre plank, so you can either do it just a normal forearm plank, or if you want the blocks under your forearms, you can. And then we're switching to the other side, so you just bring your left knee down to the mat, come onto your side, right arm up. If you want that block under there, bring that in, and you can lift that leg if you want. Back to a nice centre plank, forearm plank. And then we're going to go into a dolphin. So you're leaving your arms where they are. You're bringing your shoulders and armpits a little bit more towards the floor. So pushing your armpits towards your feet, and then bringing your feet in for that dolphin. You can absolutely have your legs bent. Heels do not have to touch the floor. And then bring your knees down to the mat, go into child's pose. So wide-legged or knees together, it's entirely up to you. And just stretch out those arms. Because even though you weren't using your wrists, you've done a lot of arm stuff in this very short sequence. So really stretch them out. You can always bring your palms together, Anjali Mudra, and just bring them behind your head. And then bring your hands back down to the mat. Just come up onto your fingertips, get a nice stretch there. If that doesn't hurt your wrists. And then make your way up to a seated position. So I told you it was very short. It is a very, very short one. Like I said, I will be looking into doing a longer flow where you're not putting so much pressure on your wrists. I think that'd be a good one to do. If you needed a little bit of wrist work, but without, putting all your weight on it, you can do some wrist stretches. So just do some wrist circles one way, and then the other. So just gentle stuff if they're a bit achy and you just want to warm them up a little bit. And then you can always pull back on your fingers there, flip the palm and push back there. Do the other hand. So as if you're going to high five someone, and then just push back on the fingers, flip it and push back like you're trying to get your fingers towards your wrist. And then clasp your fingers together and just do waves. And then flip the palms up above your head. Nice deep breath in and release, and just shake them out. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. I know it was extremely short. It's just kind of showing you the different ways that you can do certain things without putting the pressure on your wrists. So either just using your forearms or using the blocks to bring the floor up to you. Like I said, I will do longer versions of this, so watch this space. If you did enjoy this one, please let me know. So egg me on to do a actual proper longer flows of it. Like and subscribe and check out my other videos, and hopefully I will see you in another one in the near future. Have a really lovely day. Take care. Bye. Say bye, Binks.